of 2022. My name is Josie. Welcome to Eccentric if you're new to my channel. We are going to start off by pulling your 12 cards for each month. Apparently January is off the top. Bam, right there. February in the now. March in the now. April in the now. May in the now. June in the now. July in the now. August in the now. You're off the top. And September and October are also off the top. Interesting. You got a lot of off the top energy, Virgo. November and December in the now. Okay, so disclaimers. If I say anything about health or medical, I'm not a medical professional and it's not medical advice, okay? Also, energy starts, stop. It doesn't start and stop. It transforms, okay? It changes. Energy could be coming to you, happening from you, or happening around you, okay? If I say something happens in a specific month, it doesn't mean that it has to happen that way. It can happen at any point of the year, okay? So don't get too hung up on which month I'm talking about, okay? All right, let's get into it. What we got going on for January for these Virgos? We got walking away, okay? The gate is open and the person is literally walking away. Action is being taken. This is an ending cycle card because it reduces to number 9. Some of y'all may be walking away from a relationship with that number 2 there, okay? And if you're not walking away from a relationship like that's romantic, you may be walking away from something that's not really necessarily like a negative situation. You're walking away from what's familiar to you, like because you're trying something new, okay? So we're gonna look at as many aspects of January as we possibly can. You're walking away from confusion. You've got the 7 of Cups here. You're walking away from heartache, sadness. You got the 3 of Cups there. I mean the 3 of Swords. Lord have mercy. And then you've got the King of Wands, which is a fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. Virgo, you may be walking away from an Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. It may, like, this is flat out, you know, a breakup for some of you. And it's very obvious and cut and dry. But for those of you who are not dealing with a romantic partner, you may be walking away from what no longer serves you, whatever that may be. You may be leaving a job and upset because you had to leave the job because it shouldn't have been the way it was. You know, it's one of those regret type feelings like, man, you know, if they could have got their stuff together, or if we could have just cooperated, like I wouldn't have to leave. So I don't feel like you wanted to leave, but you had to go ahead and make a command decision because either you didn't get along with your boss or something happened, like the circumstances just were not changing, and you decided to not try to continue to control the situation or wait for the situation. You decided finally, okay, I've put in enough time and effort to have the integrity to walk away and know that I tried. That's the energy that I'm feeling with these cards, okay? And this could be, again, in any area of your life, okay? Some of you may not even be walking away from a situation. You're walking away from, like, some of y'all, this is a reconciliation. of some sort with a fire sign person. So some of you may be forgiving someone. These two cards are in the past. You're coming out of heartache and confusion, and you're moving forward. You're walking away with a fire sign. And some of you, something happened that made you sad, and you don't really quite understand it, and you're processing it, and the fire sign is there assisting you in that healing process so that you can move forward. Okay? So let's move on to February's energy. For February, you've got patience. All right. You've got patience. And what they're saying is you've got the angel of peace. Okay? You've got patience. And I find it interesting because there is sound deprivation in February. It's kind of like being in a padded room or being in a recording booth. The sound seems to be dampened in February here. Okay? You've got another number 7. So I think that you're going through something spiritually, Virgo. Something that requires alone time. Something that requires introspection, being in nature, self-study, learning about yourself. All right, you've got the marriage card here, which is the 4 of Wands. Again, that could be just a contract that you're signing to do work, to do business, or a contract for an apartment. But here we go. Wow. Okay, Virgo. Here's the story. You got the 8 of Cups here, which reiterates that walking away card. You've got the Page of Wands, which is basically, that same energy of the Wands person from before. And then you've got this Four of Rods, which is talking about, marriage and celebration and contracts. And you're walking away from that, Virgo. You're walking away from a marriage. Somebody's getting either divorced, or if you are engaged, you're choosing not to go forward with the wedding. Okay? Now, what's so interesting, because y'all, it seems like y'all got duality going on here. I'm not just telling y'all stuff just so that I'm not just delivering negative messages. Y'all, it's a lot of Virgos out there, so this is not everybody's story, and I have to make sure I deliver all the messages. For some of y'all, you're traveling, because when I see the Page of Wands, that indicates traveling. So some of you are traveling to a wedding or traveling to get married. That 8 of Cups is representing something more for you than what you have. So you're traveling to seek more with this fire sign person. You're walking away to be with this fire sign person, or or with this fire sign person. Y'all are both walking away into a higher level of being, or something like that. You're in a contract together, and you're doing work that's allowing you to seek more and gain more, Virgo. And again, some of y'all may be buying a new house, or moving and signing a new lease. And this is February, okay? And definitely like travel on a plane is involved here. Some of y'all may be going on a honeymoon or some kind of trip, getting away from everybody, taking a break, okay? So that's February. A lot of opportunities for contracts and releasing what no longer serves you, Virgo, okay? March, we have the third chakra, Archangel Chamuel. We've got the solar plexus chakra happening again. Virgo, if you are like a person that invests or gambles or whatever, the first 3 months of 2022, you might actually like have success because you got 777 here. And I'm just like, okay. And that reminds me of like slot machines or something in Vegas. So you have that on your side. And then also that 777 is telling me to tell you that you're on the right path with the decisions that you're making. Okay? And it requires patience because obviously if you're dealing with contracts, there's processes and things like that. So with this third chakra, the solar plexus chakra, it's talking about being brave and having courage to stand by who you are as an individual, even in partnerships, okay? Know who you are, be able to express your individuality, even, in groups and in partnerships. And take the leadership opportunities that are presented to you. Don't like shy away from them, okay? Knight of Spears, King of Spears, which are swords, and the Tower, okay? You got air sign person, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, okay? And then you've got the Tower card. This Tower card is an option. If you push too hard for something, you can cause a Tower moment, right? Because you're dealing with the solar plexus. However, for some of you, that's exactly what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to take action as the King of Spears. So I'm thinking the way that they want this message to come out is, if you act like the Knight of Spears, the knight in shining armor, that taking action like things are an emergency and you're not calm, you could cause a Tower moment. But if you act like the King of Spears and you move wisely, right, then that Tower moment will still happen, but it won't be destructive. It will be more like enlightenment for you. You would just gain more wisdom. Okay? And it won't be, because I think if you act like the Knight of Spears, the Knight of Swords, right, you would miss your opportunity to gain the enlightenment to move you forward. So take the leadership opportunity, but don't try to sit there and act like the boss, but shy away from responsibility, because this is fake authority and this is real authority. This is the authority that thinks about everybody else, everybody's highest good, including their own. And this is the authority that just thinks about, I'm the boss, I'm in charge, do what I say. Do you see what I mean? So there's something about your authority and executing it properly and being able to bring in more enlightenment, or, really messing things up because you're just too busy trying to be the boss. Your ego may be too strong, right? And to the lesser degree, you may just want something really bad. And it doesn't mean you are being egotistical or mean or anything like that. You just want it so bad that you're taking action out of fear instead of from a calm space, and that could give you some missed opportunities in March, okay? So take care of your solar plexus. Like, use temperance, pull from February with that patience card. All right, let's go on to April. You've got broken heart here, okay? I don't know what's going on with y'all in the first quarter. This is the solar plexus card, because I don't think I showed you this one. And this is the patience card. I don't think I showed you this one either. Broken heart, April. Don't know what you're trying to do, but I can tell you one thing, Virgo. I think you're trying to do something. But the way that you're trying to do it is what's causing the anguish. You know? That's what's causing things to not be the way that they need to be. Ugh. And then here we go with this all over the place in these choices. You got the Empress, you got the Seven of Cups, and then you got the King of Discs. Okay? Virgo, you may be dealing with an Aries, particularly, or just another fire sign energy. And when you look at the King of Discs, when you look at that picture, and then when you look at the Empress card, the terrain looks completely different. I think that this is either an international relationship to where two people come from two completely different places, or it can just be two people from different cultures, and the issue is communication and understanding in between the two, because there's a language barrier even if you both speak the same language. There's just confusion there. And I think that and here's the story, Virgo. An Empress and a king are not cut from the same cloth. A king has a kingdom, one kingdom. An Empress has multiple kingdoms. Do you see what I mean? And there may be an issue because of that. You know, there may be an energy of trying to keep up, trying to prove yourself, and it's not, honestly, it's not worth it. Like, you're brokenhearted because you're trying to keep up, but if you would just be yourself and you know, be real and just be honest and just, and again, this could be somebody trying to keep up with you. If they would just have some kind of chill and not be trying to hurry up and impress you, everything would be fine. And this could be you trying to impress somebody. You need to ground and really, really love on yourself. I think Virgo needs some self-love here, because there's cycles ending, there's introspection and spirituality going on, so obviously these lessons are happening for a reason, right? And then there's this number one energy telling you to take the lead, take leadership position. Some of y'all Virgos may be dealing with planetary transits that make you feel like you want to take the lead, but you're not actually ready to just take over. But you have this strong feeling like, I want to go ahead and take over now, but you're not ready to. You don't have all of the knowledge you need to have. You don't have all of the resources that you need to have to just take over, but something is happening. Let's say you're married and your wife makes more money than you, but then she is dealing with somebody, like dealing with family issues, and you see that she's stressed out, and that breaks your heart, and you want to do more than what you're doing, but you really just, you can't. You don't control that. Just do what you can. Okay? Do what you can, and place this in any situation, because I think for some Virgos, you just really wish you could do more in a situation, but you got to let God handle that. Don't try to take on what the universe got going on too, because you know that's how you miss enlightenment opportunities, and just opportunities, period. Okay? Some of y'all are definitely, whoever broke up with somebody, you're just going through a healing process, and your ego is freaking bruised, and you got to have patience with yourself. Okay, we're going to move into May. We got community, the community card. And guess who popped up? I'm telling y'all, Virgo, in the year 2022, number 7 is going to be dominant for you. And some of you may be in a number 7 year or dealing with somebody who's in a number 7 year numerology. Like their personal year is number 7. Okay? So that could cause an issue too, because if you the year in numerology for number 7, that will force a person to not really want to be around people. It'll make it hard for them to work. That way they can't really provide the way that they need to. In a number 7 year, it's all about, doing everything through spirit and introspection, and they become homebodies, and that could throw a wrench in anything y'all had going on because they're going through this number 7 year. So yeah, look up the meaning to personal year number 7 and find out if you're in that personal year or if your partner is in that personal year, okay? Oh yeah, you're definitely going through some spiritual stuff, Virgo. Wow. Virgo, you've got the Hierophant, the High Priestess, and then you've got the Sun. Egyptian spirituality comes up here. It doesn't have to just be Egyptian though. It can be Egyptian, it could be African, because it's the same region. Egypt is in Africa, but that is coming up. Virgo, you have a lineage. You got ancestors, either from Africa or Egypt. Okay, and there's a tradition. There's energy coming through you that wasn't there before. You're coming online in some kind of way, and whatever you went through before this happens, that happened on purpose to trigger you to come online, because you got the Hierophant, the High Priestess, and the Sun. Okay. that's some highly spiritual situation. It's like an initiation, okay? Virgo, you got some spiritual things going on. And again, this is not a situation where, oh, I took a class and now I'm activated, blah, blah, blah. No, this is naturally occurring. This is just going to spontaneously happen. And for those of you who don't resonate with that message, some of you, this is very interesting. If you didn't get married earlier in the year, there's a chance that you're going to get married in May. Okay? And then also, Virgo, there's a chance you either may get pregnant or adopt a child in May. There is a high spiritual authority going on in May, though, I tell you that. Some of you may be becoming ordained in some kind of thing or initiated in some kind of thing, and it's not limited to just Africa or Egypt, it can be anything. Something's going on with you, Virgo, most definitely. And your ancestors, your spiritual team is the community card. They're rooting for you. They're guiding you through all of this. And they want to keep telling you, especially with all of these 7s, that you're on the right path, even though things may seem like they're a mess, that it's supposed to be this way. It's happening this way for a reason, okay? June, you've got the 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael. Some of y'all Virgos are definitely dealing with a soulmate situation, okay? I'm telling y'all, if you played a lottery or something, you got some good chances in 2022. The first half of the year. Something going on. Okay? Take risks. Just make sure they're calculated. You will be happy that you did. Okay? June in the now. June in the now. They say June is like a good month, for business, money, you know, job opportunities if you need them during that time. You got the sun again, and you got the Ace of Wands. You're gonna be hot in June, and you got the only thing you have to watch out for in June is deception, and that's usually what happens though, Virgo. When you're on and when you're popping, and things are happening for you, usually you got to deal with deception from people, whether it be associates or friends and close friends and family. But this is like mosquitoes. It's nothing. You know what I mean? Deal with it as it comes, but stay focused on the bag. Stay focused on the success that you're having in June. Okay. Your manifestations are like, it's kind of like you're reaping in June. You're reaping, and you're getting stuff that you had been working on manifesting for maybe about 2 months. Okay, so yeah. Wow, hold on a second. They probably gonna call back and I don't know what to do. Hold on a second. I'm charging somebody's phone for them. Okay, I'm back. You know, the lights go out here, and we help each other by charging people's phones and stuff when lights go out in certain places. Anyway, there may be, in June, there may be a Leo that you're dealing with, or a fire sign that you're dealing with, that you have to reevaluate what you're doing with them, because let's say you're single and you're dating somebody and you're trying to figure out whether or not they're marriage material. They're probably not. They probably, with that seven of swords there, they're probably not. Okay. But yeah, that's what's going on for you in June. June. Some of you Virgos in June, you're going to have a heart activation. You know, let's say you're single, you're not dealing with nobody, you're not in a relationship. There's going to be some kind of heart activation, and you're going to be starting the process of bringing in somebody from June, okay? From the point of June. You got cornucopia, Virgo. There's something we used to say when I was like in middle school. We used to say, I got it like that, and I can do those things. Like, if you had new shoes or new clothes, or if you were able to like do something expensive, and people would be like, you know, where you get that from? And when I saw this, that's the first thing I heard was, I got it like that, and I can do those things. So you're definitely going to be feeling good. A lot of Venus mixed with Leo sun energy for July. And you should be proud of yourself. You've earned it. You've gone through some things. Yep, you got the promotion card, the 10 of rods. You definitely earned it. And, you know, people can hate. Let them hate. You just continue to celebrate yourself and your accomplishments, okay? Because you have abundance. It's just coming in for you. So whatever you had previously done is definitely working. And I think this is interesting because you've got the Page of Discs, and then you've got the Knight of Discs, and you've got the 10 of Rods. Oh, that's a lot of responsibility. That's a lot of stability, groundedness, just, you know, steady work toward a goal. It's like the Six of Wands card. It's like, okay, yeah, you have a victory, but you can't rest on your laurels. So it's like, yeah, even though you popping and you've got this higher position now, you're not resting on your laurels. You're continuing to do what you need to do to show that you deserve to be in that position that you're in. Okay? And this is for July. And if any of you, I think that a lot of you, if you were looking for a job, you found one or you got one in June. Okay? What's going on for August? You've got the 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. That's that crown chakra. I'm telling y'all, earlier I was like, y'all got something going on. You know, in the 7th chakra. Think about it. 7. Again. Maybe y'all having a crown chakra activation. Maybe y'all having just an activation period because the heart chakra, the solar plexus, and the crown have popped up here. Okay? Like, it's a lot. Maybe that what's happening is that your lower chakras are being connected and there's flow being created between your lower and your higher chakras finally. You know, maybe you hadn't gotten to that stage of awakening yet. Maybe this walking away card is you walking away from your old life, just period. And believe me, when you first awaken, it's rough at first because you do have to mourn all of the old stuff you're walking away from, the old ways of thinking and being. Okay? All right. August. What we got going on? Major changes in August. You're dealing with 5 energy. You're dealing with change in August. Oh, yeah. Yep. August is not going to be exactly comfortable for you, Virgo, because you got the 9 of Swords, the Hanged Man, and the Moon. That energy is like, and it's crazy because you're going to feel like you don't know nothing. Okay, the moon is hidden information, and you got to wait for it to be revealed to you. That pushes you to use your intuition, not your logic, right? You got to be the hanged man and wait for information to come to you through your intuition, right? But that will drive you crazy if you're used to operating from logic and leaning on logic only. So it seems as if what's happening in August is that you're learning to access divine wisdom. It doesn't mean you got to throw logic away. It just means that you've got to connect your crown and your heart chakra together. Like, you've got to feel and think at the same time. Okay? That 9 of Swords is also talking about not getting very much sleep. So you may be like up at night. And some of y'all, you know, you may be like tapping into some mediumship energy. It's a stall. It's kind of like you got this stall. I mean, you're definitely becoming more psychic and your abilities are coming online, Virgo. You're going through some things. And the moon is telling you, you got to nurture yourself. You're going to have to be the hanged man. There's going to be things you can't do because you're going physically, mentally, emotionally through it because of the spiritual process, because of your crown chakra awakening. Once you're done with all of this, in this August moment, your crown chakra is going to be popping. Like, it's going to be fully operational in a way that you're aware of and that you understand. This is not the same as, oh, I'm going to go get my chakras aligned or I'm going to work on opening my crown chakra. No. Again, this is natural and spontaneous. It's divine timing. Okay? Some of you watching this video may actually say that you have already started this process and these things have started happening toward the end of 2021. That just popped up too. All right. September, you've got the daughter romance. It's too many of y'all doing too many different things. So I feel like this card is for singles. I mean, it could be for couples who need to rekindle the flame, but I feel like, this card is for singles who haven't been dating or don't have anyone, you know, yet that their soulmate is coming in. Okay? Look, I'm not playing with y'all, Virgos. Some of y'all playing around. Some of y'all are witches, something. You something. Because I ain't got time for this. Whew. Okay, for y'all single Virgos, your soulmate coming in, you manifested them like way back in September, August, July, June. You started manifesting them in June and they showed up in September, right? But for y'all old coupled self Virgos already in a relationship, y'all getting married. Y'all are getting married in what looks like September. The marriage card came up again. So it looks like you got plenty of opportunities to get married throughout the year. Maybe some of y'all were supposed to get married and it had to be rescheduled. It had to be moved. I feel like there's one couple that has a journey to where things are not just cut and dry and very easy. Because you may be from two different cultures and there's a lot that goes into that, so you keep having to move stuff around. And then there's another couple where you broke up, but you probably got back together and then got married. You see what I mean? And then there may be even somebody else that's going through a process where both of you are transforming and becoming more of your divine selves, because you got a high priestess marrying a magician. And maybe in the very beginning, y'all didn't understand that the way you needed to understand that, hey, I'm a high priestess marrying a magician, or I'm a magician marrying a high priestess. Like, you didn't own it. And it wasn't until you owned it, it wasn't until you really understood, you had to go through an awakening, that you could actually go ahead and get married. It's crazy. It's awesome though. I like this. This is definitely, I don't even feel like this is just, oh, this is a soulmate, oh, this is a twin flame. No, this is something else. This is how in some cultures they arrange marriages, like spirit arranged y'all's marriage. So it's kind of like, even though you may know each other and you've been around each other, it feels like an energy of someone who gets presented a wife that they've never met before and they got to marry her within a week of meeting her. You know what I mean? Like royalty gets married, how they get set up like that. And they just have to kind of learn to love each other. But y'all actually love each other. That's the difference. Because again, you've been around each other, but not as the magician or the high priestess. You were trying to be like, I'm not going to say you were trying to be regular people. There's just things you didn't know and you hadn't gone through yet. I'm gonna leave that there, okay? October, you got the woman holding the heart. A lot of y'all reading has to do with relationships and heart chakra opening and awakening. Maybe you are dealing with somebody, Virgo, that is activating you. Being with them is kind of making you go on a awakening journey, okay? You've got the woman holding the heart here. Y'all gonna have Virgo, you're gonna be seeing so many angel numbers in 2022 everywhere. Because y'all got angel numbers up and through here. Alright. What's going on with this woman holding the heart? Holding the heart. What's going on in October? Happy Samhain. I say, I'm texting y'all. Some people say Samhain. King of Discs, because I swear I'm talking to some witches. King of Discs. You got the Hanged Man again, and then you've got the Hierophant. Man, y'all, this is a fated year for y'all. It is ordained. You can't get away from it. And if you're being stubborn, prideful when it comes to a connection, you're just not gonna be able to get away from it. That woman holding the heart is supposed to be with the king of discs. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all supposed to be married. Like you can't. I don't care what you don't want to put up with or deal with. I don't know why, but like Spirit is literally flat out telling you, and I don't usually do this. Now, if somebody's beating your ass and talking to you crazy and shit, then no, that's not what I'm talking about. But if y'all just got petty stuff like just misunderstanding and struggling trying to like get cohesive, but the person loves you and is caring toward you, y'all are supposed to be together because it was ordained. Literally, you can't run from it. And I think a lot of it is just your shadow. Your shadow is running, trying to get you to run, because when y'all are together, it ain't nothing but light, and it's uncomfortable sometimes. But once y'all get through it, everything's gonna be great because you're gonna be the magician and the high priestess. Okay? For November, you got all tied up. Some of y'all may have assets tied up, frozen, something that you own but you can't get to in November for some reason. And it has to do with paperwork and processes. Look out for that and prepare for that, okay? There's a reason why it's happening. November, no, and then again, you got that number 5 energy, so there may be some changes you go through in November, but it's okay. How you respond to these changes dictates your outcome, dictates whether you're going to survive it or not, okay? All right. You got the chair, the sun, and then you've got the 5 of swords energy. And it's telling me, again, you got some property issues. Okay, paperwork, property, that is, maybe you're building and there was a pause. Maybe it's because you didn't have enough money. I don't know. There's a contract, but there's something going on with your home. Okay? But with this sun card here, it's going to be resolved. It's very temporary. This all tied up is very temporary. You got to roll with the changes because all it was a conflict. It's a conflict that can be resolved, though. There's movement. Some of y'all may have to travel in order to handle this situation. Let's say you live one place, but you rent your place out like somewhere totally different, right? Some people, somebody may be trying to purchase land or a home from you, or you're trying to purchase from somebody else, and everything kind of had to pause because of the fact that you have to, there's something going on with the paperwork, but it will be resolved. Don't let it scare you. Look up the animal totem for zebra, because there's a lot of them coming up here. I know they use zebras for this deck, but this is my first time paying attention to them like that. Look up the meaning for zebra, okay? I hear the word friendship too. Something about friendship for the month of November as well. Friendship. They're not giving me anything else after that though. Friendship. What we doing in December? Blossoming abundance. That's a great way to end the year. Wow. Blossoming abundance in December, Virgo. Alright. Man, downloading these videos is going to be crazy. Blossoming abundance for December. What we got for these Virgos for December? Virgos, December. How we ending this year? 2022. Alright, we've got the 10 of Cups. We've got the 3 of Swords. And oh my gosh. Oh, like I got chills. Ooh. This is crazy. You know I don't, man. Y'all got the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. Okay. It was sacrifice well spent. That's what I'm hearing. All that you went through needed to happen. The heartache and everything needed to happen for you to get to where you are. 10 of Pentacles and 10 of Cups. You got it all. At the end of by the time the end of the year shows up. Remember, this can happen at any time. That 3 of Swords energy being sandwiched between these two cards is telling me that you're victorious over all that you went through. And for some of you, the sacrifice may have been personal. You may have had to let somebody go in order to get this, or somebody may have passed away and you received an inheritance. Okay, my condolences if that happened. Healing to you. But either way it go, you made sacrifices, or a sacrifice was made in some kind of way. And look at where you are at the end. Man, y'all took me on a journey. Y'all almost had me in my feelings, Virgo. Y'all are awakening. You're securing the bag. You're securing the person that you want in your life. Like, you're doing it all. Buying houses, building houses. I love it. Enjoy. Love to you. Blessings to you. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you soon, Virgo.